Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Zelkenon. I'm feeling a little sick. So hopefully my voice doesn't, like die in the middle of recording. So that'd be very unfortunate. So we have kind of more so a refreshed Athena build somebody requested. The original Athena build is still valid. It's still up to date. Of course, the item icons have changed a little, but all the items are still there. So if you wish, it is a tank build. The first one, you can go back to use that one if you want. This one you can see as an alternative build or an updated or just refreshed build, whatever you want to call it. This is still a tank build. So with that being said, as actives, if you're not doing if you are doing Conquest Dual Lane, as I always say, go ahead and get the Hand of Gods. If you want Eye of Providence, but if you don't like the price of it, you can might as well just go with wards. Just make sure to keep putting those down. So it's really up to you on how you want to save money, buying Eye of Providence or not. It's really up to you. Both ways is still good, but just make sure you have Hand of Gods, because you're gonna need that getting objectives like Fire Giant and or Gold Fury, and clearing the Manic camps and all other buff camps quite quickly. So items. Reinforced Greaves. If you are in Conquest, start with the starter item, traditional role, Watcher's Gift, and then as far as boots, move up to Midas Boots with that combination, as I always say, with the Guardians and the Dual Lane, is that will keep your gold per 5 pretty high. You kind of keep up to date with everybody else, since you won't be getting any kills, rarely, and you're not going to getting, you're not going to be clearing minions as often. You'll be roaming around trying to help your teammates. So your goal's gonna be pretty low. To help that out, you have Watcher's Gift to Midas Boots. Your XP rate will still be lower than the others due to the same factors I mentioned earlier. So just keep that in mind. But if not, we're going to Reinforced Greaves for any other game mode besides Conquest, for the passive movement speed increase while out of combat, and more so of the other passive 30% reduction to all CC durations. That helps quite a bit. So if you're familiar with Ymir, let's say Athena versus Ymir, trying to, initiate or whatever, insults, he's going to freeze you. But it's not going to last nearly as long as he would think it would be, because you have this crowd control reduction. So let's say 4 seconds to be closer to like 4 seconds, perhaps 30%. I don't know the exact math, but you kind of get what I'm trying to throw at you. So, Sovereignty will be the next one. You always want to get this as your second item. And it does give you magical protection as well due to the aura. The aura does affect you yourself. And that goes with pretty much all items. So, it won't just be a 65 physical protection. It'll be another plus 20, so 85 physical protection and 20 magical protection and 400 health. And also, those extra bonuses apply to anybody near you that are your teammates. So, it's a really good item to have on any Guardian. Stone Guy will be next. Since we have a pretty high HP scaling, each level we're getting plus 100 HP, we can get away with getting this as our third item. What I mean by that is we won't be too behind in HP, as other gods will be, so we can get this early on, and also offers plus 70 magical protection. That's a lot at a very low cost of 2200. Also, something to bring up is the HP 5 and the passive together. Some people don't know the importance of HP 5 on certain gods. It is fantastic. It's amazing sustain, and it can really save your butt. Also, the MP5 helps you keep in the fight longer, using your abilities longer, more taunts and whatnot. So speaking of taunts, Breastplate of Valor with this cooldown reduction of 25%, more taunts for us. We can initiate a lot more often, plus a lot more mana to kind of complement our MP5. So we have a lot of sustain with this build, and we could use our abilities a lot, and also keeping really high protection. Majesty's Blessing will be our, if I can count right, 5th item. So the reason why you typically see this picked up sometimes as for Athena. So whenever you're trying to charge in, as soon as that happens, you're most likely going to get stunned or CC'd or slow, and that's going to throw you off entirely throw you off, and you won't be able to either reach them with your taunt and pull them in, or whatever the case may be. But I've seen that happen so many times to tanks where they try to initiate and then just get stopped. To prevent that, buy Majesty's Blessing. It's wonderful. The plus 35 or 350 health We really need that since our last two items, you know, not so much health. So the catches us up on HP, if I can speak, gets us a little bit more protection. A crowd control reduction plus 40 stacks on top of our boots plus 30. So, and the passive, it absorbs 1 hard CC. With all that being said, you won't be you know, shut down too often trying to initiate your team fight, so you'd be good to go with that. And then finally, depending on, you know, how many magical people you're fighting or physical or whatever, you, of course, you know, alternate your items accordingly. If you're fighting a balanced team, go ahead and pick Brook. I hope that's my last item. Just insane HP, high magical protection, and yeah. So with that being said, we have 3,850 HP. That is a lot. We have 51 HP 5, 23 MP 5. Physical defense sitting at 284. Magical defense sitting at 238. That is a lot of defense. We're super tanky. So I'm gonna smack around the minion a little bit. So as you can see, my HP 5 kind of neglects their damage. So that kind of shows you how tanky we are in that aspect. So we're gonna go and have Raw smack us a little bit, and you will see how little he does to me. My throat is killing me. Sorry about that. So ulti to the face, 118. He barely does any damage. My regen is just as good as how much he hits me. So, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.